Hey, what's up, everyone? Starting up the stream here. Still wait a little bit. Hey, Mark. All right, give it another minute, guys. Start the video. All right, just 1 minute. Let's start it up. All right, let's get started. Now we're 2 minutes in. Guess the other video did have getting like 1, 2 viewers there. Anyway, got out of that container, was inside of it. Now I'm outside here, and we're working on this container, either placed or welded on, actually, accurate. Paint the current state of the park. So you guys can see, hopefully you guys can see the message on the bottom where it says hosted available, 2.2 megawatts, go to cryptollc.org. So this site is still available for hosting. As of right now, we have 2.2 megawatts available, and it's basically done. You know, we're just waiting for the first client that wants to jump in and host 2.2 megawatts with us. You go to cryptollc.org. All right, so today we're talking about how we move the hot air. Now, you guys probably saw, like, for AND boxes, the AND5, you know, they're moving air. They have louvers. You know, for the intake and the exhaust, they have louvers. And you do not need louvers. I mean, running ASIC farms for all these years, you do not need louvers at all, right? No louvers are required. And the reason for that is just pure experience. You know, we used to place louvers, and we have a farm right now that does have louvers, but they're just not needed. We thought that maybe in the wintertime, you might want to close them down a little bit to help keep the hot air more like inside so it doesn't get too much humidity. But that wasn't the case. We ended up picking up the louvers all the way, so fully open, and then all the way on the intake. The intake also had their louvers fully open. So we realized that you do not need louvers. What you do need is you just need some way to protect any forcible entry, slow down anyone potentially that wants to do some sort of a theft or something like that. So you want to install, your camera system, your security system, your automatic police dial number, all that stuff. So police will show up in like 5 minutes, all that stuff. You have all that. But in terms of slowing down someone from actually getting inside, you just have rebar. Rebar is good enough. It's going to take them a while to drill through this, to cut through this, or whatever they want to do. It's going to take them forever. So you want to stop them. But in terms of air flow, this is fine. You actually want it fully open. Because what we noticed during the summertime is when we had louvers, what we noticed is if the louvers were not fully open, they were like slanted like this. The air from the miners, you can imagine a miner's right here. Here's the exhaust fan of the miner. That hot air is blowing so fast because, let's say it's 90 degrees outside. It's blowing so fast at that louver that the louver's opening is not good enough, and it actually has a backflow. And the PS, not the miner, the PSU overheats. So the PSU also has an automatic detection system, like an S17 Plus and the S19 Pro, where if the PSU overheats, it'll actually shut down the miner. The miner will actually, well, the PSU shuts itself down, and the miner stops mining. You have to, come out and see what we ended up doing is we ended up picking up those louvers all the way and having that hot air escape at maximum speed, right? You do not want to slow it down. Now for the intake, so the problem with this is, or the potential problem we thought I'd have, the intake, we open up the louvers all the way, end up having a situation where there's so much humidity traveling into the intake, right? There's so much humidity go to the the hashboards are going to start rusting and they're going to start rotting away and all that stuff, which is going to 100% humidity in there. You do not want to do that. You want to keep it, you know, you don't want 100%. You want to slow it down. So we thought if we have louvers here, this is, by the way, this is an idea we had years ago. We figured it out years ago that that's not a good idea. But we thought if you have louvers, you can kind of close them a little bit, have less air going in. That'll help. Humidity. What ended up happening is, no, that does not really change the situation that much, because as long as the miner is not absorbing 100% humidity, you're fine. If the miner is absorbing 80% humidity, you're fine. We ran miners at 80% for years and years and years, and they never ever corroded or rusted away or anything like that happened. So what we ended up doing is, instead of having louvers, we actually ended up putting a filter box. And this is what we're going to be doing at this site here. We're going to have a filter box, meaning we're going to have a 4-foot extension from this point right here. You're going to have a 4-foot extension. I'm probably up to here, it's probably like 4 feet. And it's basically a polyester box. And if you watch our other videos with our currently mining farm right now, that 1.75 megawatt farm, you'll see how we built that. So you're going to have 4 feet from there. You're going to have that wall coming up, 2x4 wall, screwed into the edge of the container, running along the whole entire, so you just imagine this big, huge lawn wall running along the whole entire container, all the way down here. You can even have it extend a little bit from that edge, you know, maybe like 2 feet, like this. And then, boom, the whole entire thing is filtered, right? You have zero dust coming in, zero bugs, mosquitoes, you know, beetles, frogs, stuff like that. You don't want frogs to jump into your mining farm and, you know, maybe the frog doesn't want to live anymore and he wants to just jump in the fans. You could prevent that from happening and just put that filter system there. All right. Now, we ran this in the absolute worst case scenarios, meaning that we ran this scenario